Okay folks, welcome back to Action Figure Imagery Tour Reviews. Today we're having a look at Marvel's Frogman. And this is a first time in a line figure. And this is a figure of a young man attempting to be a superhero, originally from one of the Spider-Man comic books. His real name is Eugene. And let's have a look at the packaging of Eugene. I'm sorry, I'm going by his real name. Frogman. Excuse me. Okay, here's the back of the packaging. See the fine print. Eugene Patelio. Not sure I pronounced that last name. I think Patelio suits up as Frogman in a misguided attempt to restore his family's good name. And looks like the back of the drawing looks just like the figure. And this is Stilt-Man Build-A-Figure series right here. And you see Stilt-Man right there. There's the bigger figure, Build-A-Figure, Stilt-Man, and the other figures in the line. And all the figures you need to build Stilt-Man. Side view of Frogman right there. You have to lift the boxing so you can see it better in the lighting. There's the left side of the packaging. Alright. Okay, now you see the outside of the packaging. Let's see Frogman. I'm sorry, now you've seen him inside the packaging. Let's see Frogman out of the packaging. Okay, folks, here's Frogman out of the packaging. And all I can say is I'm very impressed with this figure, and I love this figure a lot. I like this figure a lot. I think they did a great job on him. And let's go over the details. For those of you who may be wondering. Frogman, you can see his eyes through the slit of the mouth. If you're wondering if the backpack can come off, it can if you probably have some scissors. And see right here, if you look right here, there's a little slot where the pegs fit into two holes on the back for his backpack. So if you want to remove it, looks like you can. I don't want to remove mine because I don't want to mess anything up. And this little piece right here is movable that holds the backpack attached to him. Look at the bottom of his feet. Look at his springs. And I'm glad to say that the springs are silver colored, just like they were meant to be in the comic. They're not green. I was wondering, would Hasbro, paint over the springs, make them green like the boots? But I see they did their homework this time. They made the springs are actually silver, which is how they're supposed to be. And he is sharing the body for those of you who may not know of the last original classic version of Dr. Octopus. This is the same build as I'm sure many of you already know. As for more details on the figure, Frogman is one of the most, how should I say this nicely, overweight characters. And in the Marvel world, like how he's built, different figure mold. Got his own unique mold. And if you look underneath his mask, it looks like you see it's hollow underneath. It's there's no plastic underneath. It's hollow. And you might could even take the mask off because you can move the bottom part, push it up a little bit. And if you had some strong scissors, you might could remove it and make Eugene's actual face, customize it. I would buy another Frogman figure to do that, though. As for articulation, his head, as you all know. Oh, I didn't even notice this at first. If you look closely, here's another little, I don't know if you can see that or not, detail where it looked like his mask attaches to his costume. Okay, and now to the articulation, you can move his head down by that much, bring it back by that much. Arm has a elbow swivel. Sorry, shoulder swivel, shoulder pivot, elbow bends, wrist pivot. No ab crunch on Frogman, but he does have the feature you can still bend him at the waist. It's not an actual ab crunch, but it's still nice. I still keep forgetting what that particular feature is called. The waist does not twist around though. As you can see, I'm trying to twist his waist and it doesn't twist around. The upper torso twists, but the bottom torso you can't twist it around. And he has an upper thigh swivel right here. The knees bend by like that much. You can bend the ankle back by that much. Okay, and bend it forward again. Okay, so and you want to see him next to the Spider-Man figure. This is one of, I keep forgetting which Spider-Man figure this is. I think it's one of the Pizza Spider-Man figures. I'm not sure, but you'll see them up a better view of these two in the slideshow, which is up next. By the way, here comes the slideshow. And let me pose Frogman right there. By the way, he stands pretty good too. He doesn't have any trouble standing. I think the web feet makes him stand pretty good. The front of the 4 feet and also the springs. I thought the springs would act as heels and make them difficult to stand, but the springs actually add more standing support, I think. Now on to the slideshow. Okay folks, here's Frogman as you see him in the packaging. If you take a good look, you can see his eyes. It's the best part I got of his eyes was inside the packaging. And that's how he was in the comic book. You could see the white of his eyes and no pupils. As you know, you look at the back of the packaging, and the Stilt-Man series, and all the figures in the series. And that's the left side of the packaging right there. And there he is, and there you see all the accessories. All the silver accessories belong to Stilt-Man, and Frogman comes, as you can see, with the 2 green extra hands. And there's the insert, cardboard insert. The city of New York, like skyline, looks like it. And there's a close-up of the boots, and you see the springs. You look real closely, you see the springs, and then it's good that they're painted silver. That's how they were in the comic also. And there's a closer look at the springs. You see they did make a little mistake on the paint apps. A little green spilled on. That's okay. And his backpack and all the features on his backpack with the knobs and everything. It's nice, nicely detailed. And you see how the mask, how the hood fits on. You see how that's how it was in the comic books that he appeared in also. It was loose on him, like it could come off at any second. And it was an excellent figure, and first time in the line figure also, if I hadn't already mentioned that. It's nice, and it does kind of remind me of Kermit the Frog a little bit, but a heavier set Kermit the Frog, a heavy set Kermit the Frog, nonetheless. And you see left side profile Frogman. There he is next to his buddy, one of the Spider-Man figures. I don't know which Spider-Man figure this is. I think it's a Pizza Spider figure. But in the comics, if I memory serve me correctly, I think he's a little bit shorter than Spidey, or about the same height. And there's how tall he is. He's right around 6 inches tall, maybe a little over 6 inches, but not that much. And I think Hasbro might have made him a little bit too tall, but that's okay. You can shorten him by bending his knees and making him stand. And there's a good look at his eye. You can see his eyes right there in this shot through the mask, the whites. And you also, his nose is also visible also if you look closely. And there's a scan image of the back of the packaging. And that's it for this video right here, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next video, everyone have a blessed day.